Maybach me.
Rosé born stunner. I can blow money. Sipping when I'm shopping. That ain't no money. I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Whipping work. I'm so sophisticated. To get a verse from me, you gotta be initiated. I'm burning purple flowers, it's burning my chest. I bury the most cash and burning the rest. Collar on my polo, kisses on my necklace. All my diamonds watching, now my watch is getting jealous.
Yep. Big up the people there. Morning, nice and decent people. Rock and come into the music. Big up to men like E. Rouse. Big up to Jamboy. Big up to Wahaha, the Man United Don. What you saying? It's still league phase of football, but I love how UEFA. I'm not gonna lie, I love how UEFA has. I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to like 3 days of Champions League football, mixed in with some Europa League shit. Whenever we decide we're interested in that, but I kind of like the 3 days of European football. I got my money, yes, people. I got my money. My prediction was bang on. 3-1 Bayern beating up the Chelsea. I got that one wrong though. Almost got the draw, but then Liverpool just be living on the edge. But to be fair, they should have won that game. They should have had that game won. Mo Salah was out here doing his best Darwin Núñez impression. And by Darwin Núñez impression, I mean scoring the hard ones, missing the easy ones, hitting the post and that, putting stuff wide. Isak getting hooked at the hour mark. Well, probably hooked is kind of harsh. Probably planned substitution. What's probably harsh is him starting ahead of Igo Ekitike, who was being marketed as the man when it wasn't sure whether or not Isak was actually going to show up to Anfield. But he came on and he wasn't great. Verts is on 004 now. Liverpool fans are making up stats to try to justify his poor performance. Like runs into the box, and basically they're doing the Nadi Madueke thing. They're doing the Nadi Madueke thing. But big up to every single one of you locked in. I wasn't even going to stream today, but the physical therapist just be that damn lady just be tossing around my damn schedule like. So I was supposed to be doing physical therapy now, and she's like, "No, you can't come in at 9." I'm like, "Okay, let me jump on the net and talk some football with the Dons." Man like E. Ross, you know once the intro hits before the stream starts, because E. Ross is in the building, people. Big up to BBK in the community. He said the chat room boss is what Alvin calls him. Big up to Jamboy. What you saying? Preload the sauce. Big up to Wahaha, man. Hope you are good. Big up to Gavin. What you telling us, Gavin? You're good, yeah? Let's leave the lavender alone. Big up, man. Big up to Sabi Pinky. Hope you're good, baby girl. Make sure you grab your pum pum and wind up yourself today, yeah? Yes, sir. Big up to Gianni. The Italian boss is in the building. I hope to see you on the Bruised Banana later, my G. Big up to you every single time. Yeah, man. The legends are in the building. Now, people. Yeah, so match day. Well, it's still match day 1 or match week 1 still. Liverpool, man. Atletico Madrid, I don't even know what to make of them. Them man were down 2-0 in 4 minutes. And you're thinking, like, it's Champions League. 2 minutes. Let me get this shit off the screen before the Liverpool fans come at me and thinking I'm pushing some juju on them. But yeah, Liverpool almost made what we think was going to come true. But like the third or fourth game, well, really, every single game they've played this season has been like a, shit. Banana skin, late game heroics, the cardiac cats. Surely the Liverpool faithful aren't enjoying this, or are they? Because at the end, if over 4 or 5 weeks you're saying something is not sustainable, but they keep on sustaining it and they keep on doing it and they keep on doing it, well, how long does it go before you say it's sustainable? Because if they keep doing it, then it is sustainable. Right? It's championship DNA. It's never end, never. It's fight till the end. You just felt it coming, didn't you? I felt it. As soon as that corner went out, I was like, okay, damn, another set piece. It's written in the clouds. I almost turned the TV. Like, What are we doing? But big up to Liverpool still. Atletico Madrid is never an easy game. It seems like is it just me or every time Atletico plays, Diego Simeone finds himself into some shit. Like he has to be the most ejected or the most red carded manager in the history of the sport. Has to be. Like it's always something with him. Yeah. Even when they're winning, sometimes man get thrown out of games. But yeah, I've sat here before and shitted on the Premier League referees and be like, man, these men are hot garbage. But the UEFA League referees that supposedly are good, and to be fair, they have been better than the Premier League referees historically. This week, between Tuesday and yesterday, they were shocking. They were shocking in the Real Madrid game for that penalty that they gave to Real Madrid. They were shocking yesterday because that first goal that Llorente scored, how did that goal stand? When man is standing directly in front of Alisson, he's in his line of sight. And they gave a pen for a handball that didn't even touch man's hand. The ball hit man in the face. And they gave handball. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing? Referees are absolute garbage. And those group chats that you're in with the Chelsea fans who are scared to call out the refs because they've accused every other fan base over the years. Stop crying about the refs. Stop crying about the refs. But when the ref gave that penalty to Harry Kane, they wanted to say, ref, what are you doing so bad? But they couldn't, because then they would have sounded like what they accused people of being, crybabies or making excuses. And, that could have been 6-1 Bayern Munich. Like, that fucking Elise needs to score that goal. Luis Diaz needs to score that goal. Harry Kane hit one straight at Sanchez. Could have been 6-1. I wanted to see Chelsea get punched up because this young bunch walked through, didn't even register Cole Palmer for the Champions League. For the Conference League, was able to walk it, rotating a complete 11. And then you tell them you can't do that in the Champions League. No, this core bunch can do it now. You go to that arena, you need to stand up and be counted. And yeah, Bayern Munich was just way too much quality for them. This is not River Plate and, the Club World Cup run leading up to the final. They had a come into Jesus moment yesterday. Big up to BX Gunner in the building. What you saying to us, bro? Yeah. Big up to Nems. Hope you are well, Nems. And we have Dana Royalty in the building. Hope you are good, Dana. Please tell us that you are. Sanchez saved him yesterday. No jokes. Dana. I wanted Bayern to run the score up. I'm like, Elise, man, it was so wide open that he kicked. Pick any corner. Don't kick that straight ahead. Kick it to the far corner, but to the corner that Sanchez is diving from. You have yourself the easiest, cleanest tap in off a Luis Diaz dummy that I've ever seen. I wanted Chelsea to get punched up. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, Nels, man. Tell me what you're saying. You mentioned Liverpool. And the monster shows up. Shithousery FC is here. To be fair, LFC Monster, you deserve to win that game from like Mo Salah. I said before you jumped in that Mo Salah was doing his best Luis Diaz impression. And by that, I mean scoring the hard ones and missing the easy ones. Man was abusing the post like a hillbilly on his wife. I was like, brother, Mo Salah, all them chances. I'm seeing 3-on-2s, Liverpool making a mess of 3-on-2s. But yeah, on the run of play, that goal was offsides, shouldn't have stood. Liverpool were the better team on the day. But I had a draw in me because I just thought Atletico would shithouse a win. One lucky goal deserves another, but it wasn't another. One lucky goal deserved a goal that shouldn't have stood. That goal was offsides. Like, man was standing in Salah's vision. But big up to you, man. Big up to LFC Monster. Hey, big up, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to Ozzy in the building. Hope you are good, Ozzy. The legend that is Godfrey is with us. Big up Godfrey every single time. Now, Champions League aside. So let me just. I got some of my predictions right. Got that one bang on. Got that one bang on. For today's games, I'm looking at Barcelona to punch up Newcastle. That's what I'm looking at. I got Galatasaray. I don't know. I might want to change this one. I thought the game was in Turkey, but this is at Deutsche Bank Park in Frankfurt. So I'm like, shit, man. But I also got Man City squeaking a 1-0 in the Kevin De Bruyne Derby over Napoli. So we'll see how that goes. See if I can collect some more money if the parlay hits. Valeria Adena, not Arsenal trophy drought. The assembles make me laugh every day, But the assembles, man has a way with words. All the English extraordinaires in the chat. LFC not been here since Burnley, so that's still the frame of mind. We both got lucky goals, such better performance than from everyone. I mean, on the run of play, if you have 80% possession, 27 shots on target. Yeah. Now it was a fortunate. Well, I'm gonna say fortunate. It was an idiotic move by the Burnley player to put his hand up, but any other day, I actually think if Isak starts that game for you, you win it comfortably against Burnley. But you create your own luck. Luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So it's like that. Hey, man, big up. Hey, listen, brother, Nems, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight, Nems. But just for that, every time I put it on the screen, just know you're gonna get a slap. Whenever you take a shot at my New York Knicks, I am not having it, my brother. Not having it one bit. But looking forward, people. Looking forward to the weekend, right? There's some discourse along the Arsenal fan base. Like if you were fortunate enough to check out Dan Potts' show yesterday, 12th Man, there is some huge discourse over Christian Mascara. Some people, to include myself, have seen enough to think he is quality and think he belongs in the Premier League. Others say I need to see more. Others are saying he's shit. Everyone has the right to their own opinions, but the questions are being raised. Who do we start on Sunday against Man City and Erling Haaland coming to the Emirates? Do we bring Saliba back in, our senior center back, who has formed one of the best partnership over the past 2-3 years with Gabriel Magalhaes? Or do you reward the top performances from the young man who stepped to the Anfield and made a good account of himself? Clean sheet at the Emirates, clean sheet away at Bilbao. Do you reward him? If it's on merit, he deserves to play. But deserving don't always mean shit in elite sports or in life in general. Should be worrying times for rivals. Words is that combination was already cooking. Was it? I seen Words give him a couple ones that he had to reach for, like in the first half. Well, yeah, in the first half, I reached for a couple good on the half turn, but the shots were flimsy. I didn't get a whole bunch of the Liverpool game because I would watch 10 minutes of the Liverpool game, then I would switch to the Chelsea Bayern Munich game and watch 10 minutes of that. Then I would switch back. So I was jumping back and forth between the games. One, because I had money on the Chelsea game. And two, I wanted to see Liverpool play with Isak, because once he was in the lineup, I was like, okay, I want to see how they look in it. But you were watching with a closer eye than me, so I will take it that they were cooking, but I didn't see the cooking. But I take your word for it. Arsenal are doing the peas in reverse. Oh Lord! Oh, you're gonna get cooked, my brother. You're getting proper cooked. One more month, and the NBA Wednesday show will be back. But big up to them every single time. Mascara looking like he is him for the start against City. Yeah. So I'm at the point now where if he starts, I'm like, okay, this is the biggest test so far, young man. You did well at Anfield against Mo Salah and Ekitike. You did well. Fair play. You did well at the Emirates and you did well in Spain. But if I'm going to sit here with an honest opinion, I shouldn't be worried. And I say that because of this. I think Gabriel and Mascara, even though Mascara is new to the Prem and has only given us 3 games, I rate Gabriel so highly. I think Gabriel and Mascara is better equipped to deal with Erling Haaland than Lewis Dunk and Van Hickey at Brighton. And I use those two for an example because I've seen him keep Erling Haaland quiet in match week 3. Brighton won the game 2-1. Erling Haaland scored in the first half, and they put the clamps on him, and he didn't do fuck all for the rest of the game. So I'm meant to believe that our defense, with one of the best right backs in the league, with 2 of the better DMs in the league, with added protection, I expect Mascara and Gabriel to win that battle. If Saliba starts, will I say it's harsh on Mascara? No. I would just, hey, this is squad rotation. You want to flex squad depth? Here's your opportunity to use it. Moss needs to play. This sets the standards. If you have the shirt for as long as you will play, you have the shirt as long as you play well. I hear it until, the rotation comes up. Now, I do want to see him play. I want to see, let me phrase this carefully. I get the feeling that Arteta is going to flex the squad rotation on Wednesday against Port Vale. And I think he will start Saliba this weekend so he can play Mascara that game. I think he's going to start a brand new back 5 for the Port Vale game. A brand new back 5 in Kepa, Benjamin White, Mascara, and Capier and Skelly. I think he's going to start a brand new back 5 and then tinker with the midfield a little bit with the ultimate flex on how deep the squad is. I think that's what he's going to do. Bringing in a fit Saliba disrupt the team. I don't think it will. So senior center back. So think the senior center back will be brought in likely. He normally does. And I hear that. I hear that's a fair shout. Not cooking as they were in top form, but looked a lot better with Isak compared to Ekitike. Notably, Wirtz went left wing when Hugo came on, so Slat sees what we are all seeing. You know what? When the champions tell me, or the fans say that the managers see what they're all seeing, it worries me because I don't know what our manager be seeing. Our manager see some of the madness and say, I want more of that. I want more of that. And I'm like, oh, God, I don't know if I want more Martinelli on the wing, which we talked about yesterday still. Fucking Nems is on the all right, Nems. That's a long season, isn't it? It's a long season. It goes all the way up to where the Premier League season goes. So I'm here for it. LFC Monster Ekitike shouldn't have missed that chance that Salah gave him on a plate. I couldn't believe it. Good win. So which was worse, that one or the one that Salah hit the post where he had 75% of the goal to aim at? Martinelli starts for his defensive abilities. He was the eyes in the back of everyone for a reason. I don't want to see Martinelli start, man. I don't want to put a lineup on the pitch to defend Man City, right? I don't want to put attacking players to try to nullify their attack. We have a defense for that, right? Can't say we have the best defense in the league and then not use it to your advantage. Yeah. Now, if Martinelli is on the wing and Eze is on the 10, I can maybe hear that. Now, if Martinelli is on the wing at the expense of Eze, I'm not sure I hear that either. Even though I prefer Eze more central or left of center, he is still better than Martinelli going forward in any capacity. Dana says, I've seen a lot of reaction to the performance versus the result against Bilbao. Your thoughts? Remember, results are more, especially away in the Champions League. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. Because Scans on the night owl settings the other day, Scans and I were talking about this is what you do in the Champions League group stage. You want to win all your home games and then win one away game, 2 away games, or draw a few. And then you're through. Top 8. I think 16 points and you're safe from the playoffs. So I do expect us to win all our home games, to include Bayern Munich. So you win your home games, already got 3 points in the bag on the road. It's a great start. I think the first half against Bilbao, they were well organized and caused us a lot of problems. But after they realized that they couldn't play through us, we started to get into the game, especially from the 22nd minute on. Big up to my bro, the Waffle Don. Tomorrow, people, the weekend warm up, me and my broski will be right here. Let Boss Scara play. No complaints there. Let him play. You have earned the right to play. The same way I sit here and I gloss over and I hype up the fact that Ethan spent the entire campaign last year proving that he belonged in the Premier League. Well, Scary is doing the same thing. He is proven that he can command the back line against the best, some of the best attackers in the Premier League. He performed extremely well against Salah and Ekitike. So more power to him. If Saliba is still somewhat hurt, need to go with the hot hand and start Mascara. It's about the marathon, not the sprint. Facts. Because here's the thing. Arteta done found himself in a situation now where if he starts, a situation exists where if he starts Mascara and Mascara makes a mistake, it's why didn't you start Saliba? But if he starts Saliba and Saliba makes a mistake or has an injury, it's oh shit, why didn't you start Mascara? He's been cooking for 3 games. So he has a big decision to make. So hey, but who feels sorry for you, my brother? You make 15.6 million a year to make these big decisions. So make them on the advice of your medical staff and your assistant coaches. But the decision is his, isn't it? LFC Monster said, Godfrey, dude, if that was Nunes, you'd been getting slated for it. So need the same energy for Hugo. Hey, I thought you was going to say the same energy for Mo Salah, but he scored. So fair play to him. Leave Saliba, Odegaard, and Saka off the roster until they are fully recovered. Yep, I agree. No pushback there, BX Gunner. But here's the thing. We've seen him rush these men back before. Because I don't think Odegaard was fully fit at Anfield. But not only did he put him in the squad, he brought him on. He wasn't fully fit. If he was fully fit, he would have started. Because I know he believes that Odegaard could give him more going forward than Marino. So we already know we've seen him rush Saka back. And we've seen him play with Saliba when Saliba said, my ankle is fucked. So it's one of them. You're big up James Bond. Big up manners and respect, brother. Large and in charge every single time. Cooper, love my bro. Hope all is well on your end. Big up to 27 of you locked in, people. If you could hit the likes while you pop in and out the stream, would greatly help the channel grow. The algorithm will push out to our fellow football connoisseurs, and they will come and consume some of this content and join the BBK fam. Mascara is pure class. I'm leaning that way. I lean in that way because I had to go defend him again on Bay-led Sports the other day. And Bay was like, I need to see more. I mean, we all need to see more. You can only play one game at a time, innit? However, when you know a baller when you see one, because I was telling Waffle Don yesterday that when Saliba played that preseason match for us against MK Dons, I needed 5 minutes. I was like, bro, who is this guy? Because I didn't watch him much at Saint Etienne when we first signed him, right? But when I seen him play that preseason game, there's some ballers you just know, innit? You see him playing, you're like, all right, there's something there. Why is Mikel scared of playing Eze in the 10? Is he afraid he will outshine Odegaard? Oh, shit. And when he comes back, that causes a headache. Oh, shit. Dana on smoke today with it. Of course. Yes, and yes, Dana. Because Mikel is not the type of man that will admit defeat, right? Because remember, he tried his best to play Kai Havertz as a midfielder. And it only when it flagrantly failed, he moved him up top. And in an attempt to salvage what was left of it, he brought him back into midfield against Aston Villa at home in 2024, and we pissed the league title away, losing 2-0 at the Emirates. Because it's another square peg in the round hole. But I'm okay with Odegaard being benched, because yesterday I made the comparison that Ilkay Gundogan has captained Manchester City. He's won he captained them to a treble. He was their captain the treble year. Didn't start many games that year. Didn't play many games that year. Went for long periods of play where he didn't touch the pitch, to the point where Manchester City fans were saying there's something going on with him and Pep. And I think Ilkay Gundogan at his pump is better than Odegaard, and he didn't touch pitch all the time. So a selection headache. It's the same logic why he didn't. Why a lot of people, to include myself, believe that he didn't want Gyökeres, because Gyökeres gives him a selection headache. This is before the Havertz injury. He's calm now. It's your first choice striker, your primary striker. He starts, but he wanted Sesko to give himself flexibility. Start this guy, bench this guy. But you sign Gyökeres, he has to start. You can't bench a guy who has scored 94 goals in 2 years. You can't. It's not like he needs time to develop. He's 27 years old, right? So selection headache. Arteta doesn't want. I think every other top manager wants this. And by this, I mean selection headache. Like, give me all the good players and I'll figure it out. Right? Don't give me good players that I like and then other players that will come in and fill in for the big players. But give me all the big players and I will make it work. Right? That's why I'm paid the big bucks. I'm paid like a top manager, so I can make these intricate and complicated decisions look easy. Mo Salah got 8 previous seasons to give him. Okay, fair. Yeah, fair. Credit in the bank. Body of work counts for something. Can't knock that. Always remember, he's a genius. He has changed the players, but never changed the system, because the players are wrong for a system he developed that he brought the players for. It's a conundrum. Hey. The assembles has never lied, you know. Smash the likes and subscribe, says our brother Cooper. It won't be talked about as we won, which is normal, to be honest, but it can't be happening again in the future. At least they had Chelsea on toast. He should have scored, though. He should have scored that tap in. Bro was 4 yards out, kicked it straight at Sanchez. You know, if that Cole Palmer times is run a little differently and the game is 3-2, that miss could have proved costly. If a player doesn't show you something in 3 appearances, then they aren't what they think they are. I hear that. You know, you have most, right? Because you have some players have different makeups in it. Now, some players need a run of games, because you can say you give up on a player in his 3rd appearance, and his 4th appearance would have been his breakout one. You know, but those players are few and far in between. Most players will show you something in 270 minutes of football. Facts. Bet Liga is feeling silly over Mascara after writing him off from the get-go. So that's what I was alluding to, LFC Monster, yesterday on Dan Potts' show. Oh my days. It was a barn burner between him, Igal, Christian, D. I think Christian left the stream early because Lee was on. Lee was doubling down. Lee was not backing down. I have watched him 20 times, and he is not it. And, you know, it's one of them ones. Mascara reminds me of Damian Lowe a bit. Yeah. Loves to defend. Got some fighting in big, strong, good passing range. Yeah, I hear that, James. I hear that. 17 likes. Big up, people. We got 24 watching. We got 17 likes. We can get to 20. Could be great. Gundogan was clutch, though. Yeah, he was clutch. He was Mr. Clutch. But imagine being able to be Mr. Clutch while you're not even playing. You're not even in rhythm. Wow, he spends all this time trying to play Odegaard into form. Yeah, like I think BS Gunner said it earlier. Odegaard better be nowhere near the pitch on Sunday. And if it's a shoulder injury that's getting better and is good and healthy to play on Sunday, I still wouldn't play him. Play him against Port Vale. Let him get 3 assists and see the ball hit the net in that game. Right? You put Skelly, Nkapie, Mascara, and Benjamin White behind him. You put him in the midfield with Ethan, Norgard, and then you play Max on the wing, and Martinelli and Trossard. A full 11 rotation, and you let him cook there. Mickey Ross, the boss, get this brought out of the club. How do you start Kylie Marino turning around over Eze in the midfield? Yeah. I mean, if the decision on the thought process going into that decision is, I think Mickey Moreno can give us more in the 10 than Eze, I worry. then I question your judgment as a football man. Because LFC Monster earlier said Slot is seeing what they're all seeing. No one is seeing Mikel Moreno as a better creator than Eze. And is he a great defender? Is he a great? Does he break a play well in the middle of the park? I know he's good in the air and all that, but if he's not better going forward, and he's not super supreme defensively, then what advantage does he give you in the midfield that Eze doesn't? You know, big question. Big question. As soon as Kat comes back, Gyökeres will be benched. I fear Gyökeres and Eze will be on the bench. Then if he does this, then he has signed his own termination warrant. He has, because that doesn't win us the league. Yeah, the fact that Gyökeres is at Arsenal proves that Kai Havertz isn't it to lead the line as your primary striker. So if he does that, then we know that next year we will have a new manager who is going to have some very good attacking options at his disposal. Big up to DG2. So this for Arteta has started shouting at Eze to stay wide on the touchline, never shouts at the flops, Havertz or Odegaard. Now, if he wants to keep with, if he's trying to coach him into his style of play, I do believe it's going to limit Eze's output. However, I think this is how highly I rate Eze. Yeah, I rate Eze so highly. I think even with the Arteta tax, he will still perform. That's how good that guy is. Because at some point during the game, he's going to get tired of hearing Arteta's voice. He's going to get into a one-on-one situation. He's going to look at the guy in front of him and be like, look, I am better than you, and I'm going past you. And he's going to do that. The crowd is going to get off his seat, and it's going to either lead to a goal or a big chance. And watch the camera pan to Arteta. He's going to have to applaud, especially if it's a goal and the ball is in the net. But I just think that guy is so good. He will overcome Arteta's tax. By the way, got to mention the disgraceful Atletico coach who spat at one of our fans needs to have serious consequences for. I didn't even see that. But it's always something with this Atletico team, especially in this competition. I've never watched a Champions League game that goes from minute 1 to minute 90 plus 5 in stoppage, and it's all calm. It's always drama. Like they're soap opera FC. Dems, I see this, but where you are, you're towing the line, Dems. You're towing the lines. Yeah. Tell him BX Gunner, towing the line. Imagine Arsenal with a Cole Palmer instead of Odegaard. No, I don't want to imagine that because we have Eze. We got Eze. Can do everything Palmer can do. Because yesterday we seen Enzo Maresca put Palmer out wide and play Enzo Fernandez in the 10. Didn't work for him. Did not work for him. You play your best players in their best position. That's some rage bait. Man, I don't know what Nems is on, but yeah. Cooper said, we've all seen Arteta's weird bromance with certain players. Yeah, it's cringe, isn't it? He looked like a combo not admitting he was wrong. He's going to double down and triple down. And that's the thing. So, say, just for the sake of argument, Mascara next 5 games are not so flattering. Then it becomes nip and tuck, tug of war. He's good. He's shit. He's good. He's shit. And he will have bad games, right? He's 21. Most center backs don't peak until, because Van Dijk wasn't Van Dijk at 21. Correct me if I'm wrong, LFC Monster. That's not a slander. But the Southampton Van Dijk, or wherever he was before Southampton, I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But the 21-year-old Van Dijk and the 24, 25-year-old Van Dijk at Liverpool was different gravy. Lee was on smoke yesterday. He got rightfully so. He got checked. So at the beginning of most people are going to go to that stream and they're going to fast forward to the car crash. But at the beginning of that stream, Egal was on some typical Egal shit where he was putting pressure on Simeone to say he hasn't won anything in forever. He should be sacked because he hasn't won anything in forever. Yeah. So this is why he gotta get slack, you know. Because you can't say shit. It's like man has smoke and energy for every other manager except ours. Man has smoke for Ten Hag. Man has smoke for Amarim. Man has smoke for Maresca. Man has smoke for Ange, Pochettino, Nuno. Everyone has smoke for everyone. How can you say that with a straight face when you defend Arteta every week and say Simeone hasn't won anything in forever and should be sacked? Man has won 2 La Liga titles on the top of Barcelona and the Real Madrid head with throwaways. Right? Remember, he won the league with Suarez after Barcelona got rid of him. Now, with the antics that Simeone puts on week in and week out, I can admit it's a turnoff, and maybe most Arsenal fans wouldn't want that at the Emirates. But if you're going to speak about his record, two La Liga titles competing with them lot is massive. I've never claimed Mascara would be world class. I just claimed he would be solid and he wouldn't be worth critiquing as a signing, especially for 13 million in it. Yeah, for 13 million, like I'm pretty sure we paid more than that for Mustafi. You know, big up to Beans on Toast. Big up to you, bro. Congrats on your win yesterday. Hope you are good. Norgard can be critiqued by the way too, even if he's going to actually work out. Yeah, facts. But after the weekend, you know, after the Leeds game, you said, "Hey, Madueke did good, but end product needs to improve," and you were crucified on these YouTube streets. He's judge, executioner, and jury. He's actually in living color, baffled himself, and now he's waffling so much that everyone is saying, "What did he say?" Yeah, judge, jury, executioner. He wants to play the ball out from the back. He wants to cross it and head it into. Big up to Luke Chapman. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, but big up to you, my brother. Marino gets to play midfield over Eze cause of that Spanish connection. The real source of that connection. Yeah. See, it has to win, though. If you're going to do that, if you're going to bench Eze for Moreno in the midfield, he has to win. It has to work. This is a no-failed mission. It must. It's the ultimate must. It's crazy that, oh shit, this right here. How many of us saw our left back at right center mid? And it's not a one-off game. He does this. Like, is it a raffle before each game? And he'd be like, okay, today you stay in the position that you need to stay in, right? You hug the touchline. You get chalk on your boots, but you, Ricardo, get to run all over the pitch like a madman. That's a big up for that comment, Jam Boy. Yeah, listen, we can't be the only ones seeing this. Yeah, the world has to see this. Yeah, I have a theory about language and sports. I would imagine Arteta wants a full Spanish midfield because he can tell them exactly what he wants from them without translation. But the thing is, boy, Mikel speaks English very well. Very, very well. I think his command of the English language is enough for him to get his point across. Now, to Mascara, the Spanish language, to communicating what he needs to communicate to Mascara, 100%. 100%. Right? But Odegaard speaks great English. Zubamedi doesn't speak any English. Yeah. Marino speaks good English. He played in the Prem before. But there's something there with the certain players. 30 likes and BBK we were Lakers. I will never. We get the Lakers in the final and they beat us. I'll take you up on that bet. And some words can't be translated between languages. Yeah. I learned that when I was, when I took my crash course in Deutsch when I lived in Germany. I actually think the more languages that I learn and the more languages that I indulge in, I realize that the rest of the world isn't the problem. It's English that's the problem. It's very difficult for English speakers to learn and appreciate other languages because the English language is completely fucked. Like like PH for make a sound for F, And some words that give you a K sound is a C. Like in Germany, if the shit sounds like a K, it's a K. You know. I want Saka left wing so that Eze can play central, but I'm screw loose this month. Might change his stance next month. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that because that would maximize Madueke. Because Madueke as a left winger is not good. He is better over there where Saka is. So if Madueke is in the 10, if Madueke is right wing, Eze is in the 10, Zubimendi and Rice are behind Eze, and Saka's on the left wing, Saka will get by and put in some brilliant crosses, low diagonal cutbacks, and Saka can hit the ball with his right foot. Because as a right winger, we've seen him make some good crosses before his injury when the defender shows him outside. Jamboy said, facts, what the fuck is Calafiori doing in midfield when we have Eze? Man, just be running ragged in the midfield. He operates with complete impunity in the Arteta side. And do we see him yell? Like, boy 10, I know you say you saw him yelling at Eze to hug the touchline. Because I really don't pay attention to Arteta while the game is going on. I'm honed into the game. That's why I don't even do watch-alongs, because I have to pay close attention so I can, when I come on here after the game, I can be honest and objective with my review. Big up to TKA in the building, locked in. Need Nani Madueke to start producing in the final third. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair challenge. But the problem is, James, we said this right after we beat Leeds, and it was twisted and turned into why you're being negative. No, it's not being negative. It's constructive criticism is a thing, after every training mission, and if Cooper is still here, Cooper can tell you this. After every training mission, whether real world or combat, whatever, we do what we call after action reviews, AARs. So even if the mission went well, we sit down with our squads, our platoons, our companies, our batteries, and we say, what did we do well? And then we'll go around and your troops will tell you, we did this well, we did that well. I can appreciate how well organized we were. We should probably take 4 vehicles instead of 3 this time. Next time we could probably take the ATVs. Next time we should walk. We should do it on foot. And then you will say, okay, what can we improve on? And then they'll tell you that also. But no good organization just tries to pretty up things when the shit went bad. You can improve while being good. The guy speaks like Arsenal. If I want to play already, this guy is deluded. He's on a high horse that we have no business being on. We're good, but we're not good enough yet to speak the way he does. Yeah, Van Dijk played for Celtic. Yeah, that's the one that missed me there. Honestly, I don't know what position Kelly actually plays. I know left back, never in the left back. Yeah, so he lines up at left back, Cooper, eh? Kind of like, remember Marcelo at Real Madrid? Like, he lined up at left back, but that guy just had so much tech. He had so much tech and so much flair that whenever he stepped in the midfield, he was better than most midfielders. I actually think Marcelo could even be a number 10. Because he wasn't great as a defender, was it? But you couldn't get the ball off of him. And that left foot was, I did not say that dumb shit, Nems. Don't lie on me. 9 million Suarez, yeah, and won the league. Walked the league. So put some respect. Put some respect on that man's name. Our defense is the best in the world he assembled. In the world. You know what? I'm going to skip all those NBA questions for my NBA Wednesdays. That's coming. The NBA Wednesday show is coming, people. It's coming back. It's coming back. Ah, man. Not working drives me insane. Hey, just hang in there, Jam Boy. I'm looking forward to not working for at least 6 months once I fully retire. I'm going to take some time off and spend some time with the family and shit. You know what I'm saying? Took Arteta 5 years just to bring the source to that midfield to London. You should have brought the striker with him. Big up to Mr. Battered. Absolute legend of a man. What you saying to us? Congrats on your win yesterday. Arteta will go into politics after coaching. Let me see if I can give this a try. Krankenvish in yeah, fuck, you know what? I'm gonna skip that one. Sprechen Sie Deutsch, yeah? Alles klar? Big up to Nems again, trying to draw me out with the LeBron madness. I'll say it now. It ain't happening again. We'll have all the moments, but no cigar. I think about this every day they assembled. Every single day I think about this. Not gonna lie. I just want to see how they're gonna give him a new contract without the trophies. Injuries will be interesting. Yeah. It's something that I do think about every day. And I think about it in the form of this. The team is good, but are they good enough? The team is good, but I think the manager tax is real enough because it's already cost us 3 points. Yes, I'm saying it. Arteta has already cost us 3 points this season. The Liverpool game had nothing to do with the players. It was his tactics, his lineup, his setup that cost us 3 points. And in the case, say Arsenal Football Club go on to win every other game, yeah, and we get 111 points. And Liverpool go on to win every other game and do an invincible and get 114 points. These fans will still say it wasn't his fault. Because even if we drew the game and we both finish on 112 points and we're both invincible, I believe we will have a better goal difference than Liverpool this year because our defense is better. Not because our team and our attack is better, but because of our defense. I do believe we'll concede less goals and score enough to have a slightly better goal difference. Because I think Liverpool has conceded in every game this year except for the Burnley and us. DG2 say Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Rice, Zubi, Eze, Saka, Gyökeres when everyone's fit. Yeah. And for the Port Vale game, you play Kepa. I would actually rest Timber and play Skelly. And midfield, I'll play Odegaard, Norgard, and Ethan. And up front, I'll play Trossard, Martinelli, and Madueke. When everyone's fit for the cup games, or for the EFL Cup games, unless we draw a Premier League team. LFC, are you as confident going into the City game as you were going into the game at Anfield? Yeah, I'm more confident actually because it's at home. And I think you men are better than City. So I'm more confident it's at home. But, the prediction won't be a wild one, because I only predicted a 1-0 at Liverpool. Could have been a stinky 1-0. Could have been a late winner. At 82 minutes on the clock, it was still kind of on. But, yeah, I'm more confident against City at home than I am against Liverpool away. And that's purely out of respect for the champs and the venue. Them's bigging up Mr. Battered, as he should. Big up to the community again from our legendary
Maybach music.
Yeah, just gotta acknowledge him again. Won't play the music anymore. Started the stream with the music, but still have to acknowledge who he is. Please hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Apologies, a bit of silent listener today. No apologies needed, Eros. You are the Broad Street bully of the chat. Some tasty CL fixtures in a bit. Looking forward to the Newcastle Barca game. 3-0 Barca. Like Liverpool Newcastle fans are taking solace in no Lamar. I'm like, right. Oh, you mean Lamar? Still no problem. No Lamine, no problem. I think even if Rashford starts, I think Rashford, Rafinha, and Lewandowski are gonna give their backline hell. Arteta on the sideline is so cringe, man. I think he has won the PL and the CL. Yeah. Arteta, just do your work during the week. You have your captain and Odegaard when he's out there. Let him be he's an extension of the coach on the pitch, right? Let him cook. You shouldn't have to do all that during the week and do all that on the sideline. Only if the conditions are met, Nems. Only if we meet in the final and you actually beat us. Oh shit. This is an uncomfortable conversation, BX Gunner. I'm here for it and I'm taking notes. E. Ross in the building, man. E. Ross. Now, Mr. Battered, I played the music at the beginning because E. Ross was the first one in the chat today. So that's what happens when Mr. Andrew enters the chat early. What's happening to Ethan as well? He was supposed to be a backup to Odegaard, and he's injured, and Ethan can't play a full game. Curious to see if he'll play on Sunday. Now, two conditions have to be met for Ethan to play, Dana. One, it has to be at home. Two, Odegaard has to start and be injured. Those are the only two times you will see Ethan on the pitch in Premier League games. He will play next Wednesday, though. He will start against Port Vale. AAR 100% facts. You learn something every day. Yeah. Because sometimes, you're out there and people are all over the place on the battlefield during the training mission. One of your privates, one of your sergeants will see something that you won't see as a leader. So you ask him, what can we do better? And he will say, while we were in this ravine, I saw this area that gave me this idea that we could change up our attack, or we could set up the patrol base here, near the water, or away from the water in case they poison the supply stream. Like, there is so much information that you can get from in-house, from the people who work for you. But if you're snobby and you think you know more than all of them, you'll never improve. No Trent at Anfield in 2 weeks, it seems. I think he'll play. I don't think he'll start. I think he'll play. Because Carvajal's red card is a straight red, isn't it? So he misses 3 games. So I don't know if they have a sufficient right back. Liverpool just keep getting those damn breaks, I don't know if I tricked you guys with the Maybach music on Charles, but yeah, I played it in the very beginning of this stream. So if you forget to hit the like and you go back and watch the stream later, make sure you'll hear. I went the full extended version for our beloved Ross this morning. People who reference Igal are just giving him free publicity. We've created and that's what he's doing, right? He knows what he's doing, yeah. Because I've always said he's a content creator that does football, right? He's not a football fan that does content. Yeah, big up to Nems, man. Ross is Deutsch. Ross is showing off. Wahaha is showing off his Deutsch. Ambition, yeah. Well, I need to get back into my Deutsch. Like next year when I go back to Germany, I have to, get my German back to where I can ask for directions and order my food in German. Yeah? Zwei Bier. Big up to BBK Sports. Glad to see the win. I got Arsenal as our older brothers. Big up to you, Ryan, our resident Fulham fan. Love for the love, my bro. Oh, big up to Keith Simpson. Jenna, Chelsea fan. What you saying to me, bro? Hope you are good, man. Glad to see you around these sports. I've been begging for the Chelsea man them to show their faces, but you man just be throwing stones and hiding your hands. All good Nems, bro. You blessed. Big up every time, Cooper and Ryan. Nems bigging up Cooper, some Dappins. And the Premier League, Rice and Marino have started together midfield in 9 games. Arsenal have only won one of those matches. That was a 4-0 win away at a poor Ipswich side. Waffle down with the receipts. I hear it, but the receipts are there. Like we've scored 7 goals, 7 of our 9 goals with Odegaard off the pitch. I mean, is that something that they're ready to talk about? So if we're doing that well with him off the pitch, why are we rushing him back? He needs to stay off the pitch so he can fully heal. Now you go bang in 3-4 goals or have a whirly against Port Vale, and then defenders of you will start saying, oh, look, he's good. Now he's back in form. Put him back in the squad. But right now, we look better without him. I'm not going to lie. Mr. Batter said that game was a mad one for them, losing the rat at the early. Mr. Batter losing the rat that early in an injury that Kevin had red madness. I might call him the rat, The man fulfilled his obligations as a player. Hey, Nems, lean in for a little bit. Just a little bit. Hold your phone up to your ear. Just a second. Yep, just for that. Hey, no, my New York Knicks. Big up to you, man. Liverpool will score more goals under pressure. Under pressure games, Arsenal seem to concede goals. I think we'll score enough. It won't be much. So I think we'll say we concede, say we concede 20 goals this year, and we score 75. Yeah, a plus 55 goal difference. So I can see Liverpool scoring 80 something, but I think Liverpool would concede like 31 to 35 goals. So it won't be a vast difference, but there'll be enough in it to give us the better goal difference. So I think if we finish the season on the same amount of points, 100 points each, goal difference should go in our favor. Big up to Darren, large and in charge. Manners and respect every single time. Mr. Bat, the funniest thing is Carvajal was trying to play it off like he was nothing to the ref when he was a full headbutt. Senior player, senior player. The young players won't even do that because the lump players are just happy to be on the pitch and trying to impress the manager. This is Carvajal just feeling himself, thinking he can just do whatever the hell. Lamine low-key got a case of crabs. He's experienced. Oh my days! Now Lamine can do the crab. Oh Jesus! Why do y'all do this, man? Oh Lord, it's too early for this shit, man. I swear. Dana. Liverpool used to do this in their dominant era. Ferguson was moaning about it, then started to do it and deemed it Fergie time. Hey, it works for him. That's what he's doing, man. That's what he's doing. But it's one of them ones. Longest train station name it was. I've actually seen a reporter pronounce this. Like he actually pronounced it because he said he's been there. Yeah, that was a mad one. Mr. Batter said, "What's your starting line? What's your lineup looking like for the weekend? Saliba or Mascara? Madueke, Eze, Martinelli. Yeah, it's a mad one, isn't it? It's another fiasco with the lineup. But front line is going to be Eze, Gyökeres, Madueke. It must be, has to be. Because if Eze doesn't start, we have no chance, and I will be changing my prediction. Midfield is going to be Moreno, Zubimendi, and Rice. It's going to be, but I think he goes with Saliba. I think he starts Saliba and plays Mascara next Wednesday in the EFL Cup with a complete backline rotation. That's what I think he's going to do. Mr. Batt said, I thought that was the name of your January signing. You men are mad, Oh, Lord. I ain't even going to say who my basketball team is, as we are anonymous. I'm going to guess here. Anonymous, East Coast, Maryland side. I'm going to have a wild guess, E-Ross, and I'm going to say the Washington Wizards. The Washington Bullets. What's the team you'd like to see start on Sunday? Forget what Mikhail. What the team I'd like to see start would be I'd like to see Gyökeres, Madueke. I'd actually play Ethan left wing, Eze in the 10, Zubimendi Rice behind him, and our standard back four with Saliba. Saliba needs to rest. If Saliba wasn't even fully fit, Arteta shouldn't even have had him on the bench in Spain. Yeah, you can take him. But you can't put him on the bench if he couldn't give you anything. Because what if Mascara had rolled his ankle and you had to call up on Saliba? So don't put him on the damn bench. Waffle, is that true about Igal? I remember the first he arrived on YouTube, never saying anything that made much sense. Good luck to him. Yeah, he's a content creator that does football, and it works for him. Man got 30,000 subs in it, so it's one of them ones. Oh, you got headphones on. But big up to them. Oh yeah, I'm guessing. I took a wild guess, E-Ross. Wild guess on that side. Thoughts on what Titi said the other day? Thought it was fair. Do you know why people are losing it? Yeah, because there's always one more step, right? There's always one more step to complete the puzzle, and right now it's there. Right now, we need another left winger. I think we need an out and out left winger. But because we spent 250 million and Eze can play there, and because Martinelli on the top of 12 stinkers and Trossard on the top of however many stinkers linked up with 2 goals, 2 assists, all of a sudden it's solved. No, no. This is not a recency bias thing. This is a classic prisoner of the moment type stuff. Classic prisoner of the moment type stuff. Apologize to Martinelli for what? For scoring 1 goal in 20. Why? You know, TT was spot on. If anyone is going to speak the truth about Arsenal, are the people who actually brought tens of millions of fans to the club. You know how many people became Arsenal fans because of that guy? You know how many people fell in love with football because of that guy? And he can't speak on Lord Teta. Come on now. Absolute madness. Over an hour again. Said I was going to be a quick one, and it's over an hour again. Oh, Lord, it's a madness. He is Mr. Arsenal, Mr. Statue, Mr. Everything. Love for the love, people. Still got 15 of you locked in. Numbers are going down. That means, it's time to go. It's time to get up out of here. We're supposed to be under an hour, but, this legendary chat is always kept me fully entertained. I swear to God, I love you motherfuckers. But anyway, people, got to go do this physical therapy. You can catch me at 6:45 on Rashid, Arsenal Revolution TV. I'm also on Shane Gooner's Bruce Banana later on tonight at 8:30 p.m. UK time, I think. So, blessed love, people. Blessed love every single time. Like I always say, walk good enough. Take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.